Last month, my 72-year-old neighbor Helen called me in tears. She'd just come back from her doctor's appointment, and the news had shaken her. In just 2 years, she'd lost nearly 2.5 inches of height. "I used to be able to reach the top shelf in my kitchen," she told me. "Now I need my grandson to get things down for me. I feel like I'm shrinking away." But here's what shocked me most about Helen's story. Her doctor told her this was just normal aging, and there wasn't much she could do about it. That's when I knew I had to share what I've learned over the past 5 years of researching spine health for seniors. Because what Helen's doctor didn't tell her is that much of this height loss can be prevented, and sometimes even reversed. Studies suggest that while some height loss is natural as we age, the dramatic shrinking that so many seniors experience isn't inevitable. Research indicates that the average person loses about 1/2 inch per decade after age 40, but many seniors are losing 2 to 4 inches or more. Here's the truth that changed everything for Helen. Your spine isn't just randomly collapsing. There are 5 specific daily habits that are accelerating this process, and 3 simple solutions that can help you maintain your height, improve your balance, and keep your independence. If you've noticed you're getting shorter, if you need help reaching things you used to access easily, or if you're worried about becoming dependent on others, what I'm about to share could change how you think about your spine health. Let's start with habit number 5, the soft furniture trap. You know that feeling when you sink into your favorite armchair? It feels so comfortable and relaxing. But here's what shocked me when I learned this from a physical therapist friend. Those soft, sinking seats might be one of the biggest threats to your spine height. When you sit in soft furniture, your spine loses its natural curves. Think of your spine like a gentle S shape designed with specific curves that help distribute weight evenly. But when you sink into soft cushions, those curves flatten out, and the pressure on your spinal discs increases dramatically. Research indicates that sitting in unsupported positions can increase disc pressure by up to 40% compared to standing. But here's the part that really concerned me. When you sit this way for hours every day, those discs gradually lose their ability to bounce back to their full height. My friend George discovered this the hard way. He'd spent retirement in his comfortable recliner watching TV for 4 to 5 hours each day. Over 3 years, his family noticed he was developing a permanent sitting posture. Even when he stood up, his back stayed rounded. But here's what gives me hope. When George learned about this connection, he made one simple change. He started using a firm cushion behind his lower back and set a timer to stand every 30 minutes. Within 6 weeks, his daughter said he looked taller and more confident. Now, habit number 4, the pillow prison. This might surprise you, but the pillow you sleep on could be stealing inches from your height while you sleep. You spend roughly 8 hours every night in bed. That's 1/3 of your life. If your spine isn't properly aligned during this time, you're essentially training it to compress incorrectly. Your pillow isn't just about comfort. It's about maintaining the natural curve of your neck and keeping your spine aligned. When your pillow is too thick or too thin, it forces your neck into unnatural positions for hours at a time. My neighbor Dorothy had been using the same thick, fluffy pillow for over 10 years. She loved how soft it felt, but she started waking up with neck stiffness every morning. More concerning, her husband noticed she was developing a forward head posture that made her look shorter. But here's what shocked me. When Dorothy switched to a thinner, more supportive pillow that kept her neck aligned with her spine, she noticed improvements within just 1 week. The morning stiffness decreased, and within a month, her family said her posture looked dramatically better. If you sleep on your side, your pillow should fill the space between your shoulder and neck, keeping your head level with your spine. If you sleep on your back, you need just enough support to maintain your neck's natural curve without pushing your head forward. Habit number 3, the daily backbending disaster. Every day, without thinking about it, you probably bend forward dozens of times. You bend to tie your shoes, pick up the newspaper, load the dishwasher. Each time you do this with a rounded back, you're creating enormous pressure on your spinal discs. Here's what research indicates. When you bend forward with a rounded back, the pressure on your spinal discs can increase by 10 times or more compared to standing upright. But it's not just the heavy lifting that causes problems. It's the accumulation of all these small daily movements done incorrectly. My friend James learned this lesson during a family gathering. He was helping set up for his granddaughter's birthday party, bending over to pick up decorations, moving chairs. He wasn't lifting anything particularly heavy, just lots of small movements throughout the day. By evening, he felt like he'd shrunk and his back was stiff. Think of your spinal discs like jelly-filled donuts. When you bend forward with good form, using your hips and keeping your back straight, the pressure is distributed evenly. But when you round your back, all that jelly gets squeezed toward the back, and over time, this can cause permanent compression. My grandmother used to say, "Lift with your legs, not your back," and research continues to confirm her wisdom. Proper bending technique can dramatically reduce spinal compression over time. Habit number 2, the screen slouch syndrome. Your head weighs about as much as a bowling ball, roughly 10 to 12 pounds. When it's balanced properly over your spine, your neck muscles can support it easily. But when your head moves forward even just 2 inches, the effective weight your neck has to support doubles to 20 to 24 pounds. Research indicates that this forward head position doesn't just affect your neck. It creates a domino effect of compression down your entire spine. When your head moves forward, your upper back rounds more to compensate. Your middle back flattens. Your lower back works overtime to keep you upright. My friend Martha discovered this pattern when she started using a tablet to read books. She'd curl up in her favorite chair with the tablet in her lap, head craned forward for 2 to 3 hours at a time. Within a few months, she developed persistent neck pain and noticed her upper back was becoming permanently rounded. But here's what gives me hope about Martha's story. When she made one simple adjustment, raising her tablet to eye level with a stand, she noticed improvements within days. The neck pain decreased, and over several weeks her family said she looked taller and more confident. Think of your spine like a stack of blocks. When the top block, your head, shifts forward, every block below it has to adjust to maintain balance. Over time, this adjustment becomes permanent compression. And now, habit number 1, the gravity surrender. Here's the habit that's probably stealing more height from seniors than all the others combined. This is when we unconsciously start letting gravity win the battle for our posture throughout the day. When you were younger, standing tall felt natural and effortless. But as we age, maintaining good posture starts to feel like work. So gradually, without realizing it, we start surrendering to gravity. Our shoulders round forward, our head drops, our chest caves in, and our spine compresses. Here's what research indicates that really opened my eyes. Good posture isn't just about looking better. It's literally about maintaining the space between your vertebrae. When you surrender to gravity and allow your spine to compress, those spaces get smaller and smaller over time. My friend Robert described it perfectly. I noticed I was always looking down at the ground when I walked instead of looking ahead. I thought it was just being careful, but my daughter pointed out that my whole body had curved forward. Robert had lost nearly 3 inches of height over 5 years, and he thought it was just normal aging. But when Robert started consciously fighting gravity every day, actively pulling his shoulders back, lifting his chest, and aligning his head over his shoulders, something amazing happened. Studies suggest that people who actively maintain their posture throughout the day can significantly slow or even reverse height loss. It's like the difference between letting a garden grow wild versus tending it every day. Your spine needs daily attention to maintain its natural curves and height. Now, let me share the 3 solutions that research suggests can help you fight back against these height-stealing habits. Solution number 3, the 5-minute morning spine awakening ritual. Every morning, your spine wakes up compressed from a night of lying flat. Think of your spinal discs like sponges that have been squeezed all night. They need gentle stretching to expand back to their natural size. Here's the simple ritual that changed everything for my neighbor Sarah. Before getting out of bed, she spends just 2 minutes doing gentle stretches that decompress her spine. She starts by lying on her back and slowly stretching her arms overhead while pointing her toes away from her body. The second part happens right after she gets out of bed. She does what I call the wall reset, standing with her back against the wall for 30 seconds to remind her body what proper alignment feels like. Her head, upper back, and buttocks touch the wall, with a small space between her lower back and the wall. The third part is the ceiling reach. Throughout the day, whenever Sarah thinks about it, she imagines a string attached to the crown of her head, gently pulling her toward the ceiling. This helps her maintain length in her spine. Sarah told me, "Within 2 weeks, I noticed I was less stiff in the mornings. After 6 weeks, my husband said I looked taller and more confident. After 3 months, I actually measured a 1/4 inch taller than when I started." Solution number 2, the device elevation strategy. This solution is so simple, yet so powerful. Bring your devices up to eye level instead of looking down at them. Research indicates this one change can dramatically reduce spinal compression throughout the day. My friend Margaret was spending 3 to 4 hours a day looking down at her tablet. Over 6 months, her family noticed her developing a pronounced forward head position. She looked like she was aging rapidly. When Margaret learned about the device elevation strategy, she made one simple investment: a tablet stand that held her device at eye level. The first week was awkward, but by the second week, it felt natural. Within a month, her neck pain had decreased significantly. Her daughter said Margaret looked taller and more confident. By 3 months, Margaret had regained some of the height she'd lost and felt more energetic. For phones, you can simply hold them at chest level instead of looking down. For tablets, a simple stand makes all the difference. For computers, adjusting your chair height or monitor position can eliminate the need to look down. Solution number 1, the daily height maintenance protocol. This final solution ties everything together into a simple daily routine that takes less than 5 minutes, but can make a dramatic difference in maintaining your height and spinal health. The protocol has 3 parts. First, the morning reset. Every day, start with the wall test. Stand against a wall for 30 seconds, feeling what proper alignment should be like, then step away while maintaining that same posture. Second, the hourly check-in. Set a gentle reminder to check your posture every hour. Ask yourself, where is my head right now? Are my shoulders back? Am I standing tall? Third, the weekly measurement. Once a week, at the same time of day, measure your height using the same wall and technique. Write it down. My friend Robert started this protocol after discovering he'd lost 2 inches of height. His doctor had told him it was just aging, and there wasn't much he could do. But Robert was determined to try. In the first month, his height stabilized. In the second month, his family started commenting on his improved posture. By the third month, he had actually regained half an inch of his lost height. By 6 months, he had regained 3/4 of an inch and felt more confident than he had in years. Robert told me, "It wasn't just about getting taller. I could reach high shelves again. My clothes fit better. People stopped treating me like I was fragile. I felt like myself again." Now let me tell you about Helen's transformation. Remember Helen from the beginning? After our conversation, Helen decided to try the 3 solutions. She was skeptical, but figured she had nothing to lose. Helen started with the morning spine awakening ritual. She did the gentle stretches, then the wall reset. Next, she elevated her tablet to eye level with a simple stand. Finally, she committed to the daily height maintenance protocol. Within 2 weeks, she noticed less morning stiffness. By week 6, her son commented that she looked taller and more confident. By month 3, Helen had regained half an inch of her lost height. At the 6-month mark, Helen had regained a full inch and 1/4 of her height. More importantly, she could reach her kitchen shelves again, her clothes fit properly, and her chronic neck pain had disappeared. When Helen saw her doctor for her annual checkup, he was amazed. "I've never seen someone your age regain height," he told her. "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." Here's your simple daily protocol. Morning routine: 30-second full body stretch in bed, 30-second wall test, 2 minutes of gentle decompression exercises. Throughout the day, hourly posture checks, hold devices at eye level, use firm seating with back support, bend with your legs, not your back, sleep with proper pillow alignment. Evening routine: wall test to reset posture, gentle stretches before bed. Weekly: measure your height and assess how your clothes fit. The key is consistency rather than intensity. Most people notice improvements in stiffness within 2 to 3 weeks, significant postural changes within 6 to 8 weeks, and measurable height improvements within 3 to 6 months. Remember, your spine health is not predetermined by your age. It's influenced by your daily choices and habits. The research is clear that many aspects of spinal compression can be prevented and sometimes even reversed with the right approach. I encourage you to start with just one small change today. Maybe it's trying the wall test, elevating your phone to eye level, or simply becoming more aware of your posture. Your spine has supported you faithfully throughout your life. With the right daily habits and awareness, you can continue to support its health and function for years to come. Remember, this information is educational and should complement, not replace, guidance from your healthcare providers. If you have concerns about significant height loss, chronic pain, or spinal health changes, please consult with a qualified healthcare professional. Take care of your spine, and it will take care of you. Here's to standing tall and maintaining your independence for years to come.